Hi everyone, welcome to Zudello. This video is going to be about the procurement process and then two-way matching. So to do that, we're going to go to the purchasing module into the purchase orders submodule. And what you'll be able to do here is create a purchase order. Now, when I click on this button, I'm going to be able to create one from scratch. And what it will do is bring up a form. Now, this form can be put into any format you need for your organization. And as I scroll down here, you can add the supplier and you can also add line items as well to the document. What I'll do is I'll now bring up one that I've already created. And we'll use InFruit here. So with this purchase order, it's being created. However, it still needs to go through the approval flow before that purchase order is placed with the respective supplier. Okay. So as I scroll down here, you can see I've put in the line items, but we're still waiting for that invoice. And that's just because the invoice hasn't come through yet. Now, when I'm ready, what I'll do is save and submit that document there for approval. Now, this approval flow can be whatever you need it to be. Mine is based off a particular user that needs to approve. However, it could be based off a department, a project, or a cost center as well. So at this stage, it's come to me. So what I can do from here is I can use the chat function to get any clarification using the mention key here. I'm able to review all the information. And when I'm happy, I'll be able to approve that. Once approved, this document will then go into the pending status. The pending status means that the document has been approved. However, it has not been sent out to the supplier to organize those goods for us. Okay, so to do that, what we'll do is we'll go to the three dots and we'll place that order. And then we'll automate an email to the supplier to organize those goods to be sent to us. Okay, so if a supplier has an email attached, the email will auto-populate. And we can also auto-populate an email response to the supplier as well. Once it's in the place status, that means that that PO has gone through to the supplier and we can expect the invoice any day. Now to go to the invoice so we can see the two-way match, what I'll do is go to the purchasing module into the invoices submodule. And I'm just going to bring up the invoice here. Now, as you can see, at the moment, the purchase order is still not found. I've taken that out on purpose just so that we can see what happens when I apply the trained rules. Now, this would happen automatically off extraction, but just for you guys to see it, I've taken it out and I'm going to do it again for you there. So this is the corresponding invoice to the purchase order. What I want to do is I'm going to apply the trained rule. Once those trained rules are applied, you can see here that the matching has been sorted. We've got the fully matched to the quantity, which are these two ticks here. And then we've got the fully matched to the price as well. Now, if there were to be a discrepancy in either the quantity or the price, it could be that there's a 10% discrepancy in the unit price compared to the purchase order or $10 difference, we can set up variances. If there is a variance, we can put it through any approval flow you want so that it can get approved before it goes into your ERP. Now, in this case, this document has been fully matched and fully matched to the price as well. In this case, I'll save and submit, and that's when it will go into the complete status. So I'll show you that here. As you can see, it's going to complete. Now, because it's fully matched to the quantity and the price, when I go back to the purchase order, you'll see that that document that was in place for the purchase order has now gone into the complete status as well. It's gone into the complete status because that purchase order has been fully exhausted and is not waiting for anything else to be matched to it. Another cool feature in Zudello is that if this invoice did not exhaust the full PO, you'd be able to see that with the purchase order as well. So let's assume here that we've got the quantity of the invoices here and we've got the quantities here. But on the purchase order, for whatever reason, it hasn't exhausted the full purchase order. So what I'll do is go to the purchase orders submodule and we'll go to that document and you can see it's gone into partially invoiced. And that is because if we scroll down, you can see there is still quantity missing from a few line items there. So if I scroll across, you can see it's meant to be 7, 2, and 3. And so because this purchase order hasn't been fully exhausted, it's gone into partially invoiced until a second invoice comes through, exhausting that quantity. Thank you very much.